Good morning. It's December the 30th, 2022. It's almost over. The year, that is. It's a Friday, so I'm walking around the lake a bit later because it's still holidays, so didn't get up as early as I would. So it's light already. Sun's actually up. Minus 15, if you're wondering. Even if you're not wondering, it's still minus 15 Celsius. That would be, let me think, about 5 Fahrenheit, I guess. Plus 5 Fahrenheit. Wind chill is more than that, but we'll see how we do. Starting with my face uncovered, so my voice is clearer. But I don't know what the wind will be like around the lake, so I might want to cover up when I get over there. Oop, I need to touch my screen again here. And there we go. So I can see my viewer count if I can. I usually can't, but depending on the lighting. No fresh snow today. Woohoo! And the sky is blue. Actually, it seems like it's been a while since we've had blue sky. Of course, blue sky often means colder temperatures. But again, minus 15 isn't so bad. Yesterday I was working on something kind of new on the publishing side. Of course, I have Shadowpaw Press, which I talk about all the time. And I have a lot of books coming out through Shadowpaw Press. And Shadowpaw Press is a traditional publisher in that... oh, there's the sun. Royalty-based. Authors don't pay anything to be published by Shadowpaw Press. I do all the work. I make whatever money I make. So far, not much. Through royalties. Through the selling of the books, and I pay the authors royalties. However, there is another model called hybrid publishing, and there's a couple of very successful hybrid publishers here in the province, and works quite differently. Authors pay for some of the work of getting the book ready for publication up front, and then they make much higher royalties on the sale of the book. So it's hybrid because both the publisher and the author are investing money in the book. I don't want that to be part of Shadowpaw Press. I want that to be something entirely separate. And so I am working on starting a new company called it's a website and me and a name, but anyway, called Endless Sky Books. So yesterday I was trying to get a logo figured out for it, which I think I did. And the next step will be getting the website set up, and then hopefully I'll start getting some queries, and going forward maybe I'll make a little money on it. I need something that makes money reliably and on a more regular basis. As a freelancer, always looking for something to bring in some bucks. Endless Sky Books will also offer just self-publishing services. So for people who want to self-publish entirely, I'm happy to do editing, book design, and guiding people through the process. I've advertised that a little bit and haven't had any takers. But I didn't advertise it very widely. I would say I've had no takers. There's an author I've done a few things like that for. Ebook conversions, mainly. A little bit of cover design. So, if you've got a book that you'd like to get published, and you're willing to invest in it up front, but you don't know where to start, please reach out. And the Sky Books doesn't have a website yet, but I do. And you can always contact me. Actually, just ewillet@gmail.com works. That's the email address I use with YouTube. I have a number of email addresses, but that's one of them, and it works. Okay. Ooh, yes, careful on these. They slope down, they're not well cleared. And there's ice on the banister from the ice storm the other day. So there's our first jogger, if you're on the bingo card. I hate the graffiti people who deface this artwork down here. Scum. Scum of the earth, people who do graffiti. There's the sun. A lot more snow than the last time I walked around the lake here. Piled up on the sides of the path. There's the Albert Street Bridge all lit up. Just the Saskatchewan flag flying now, looks like. Those flags vary depending on what's going on in the city and the world. Did you say the building dead ahead? There's the lake. No, trust me. It is ice under all that snow. It's not just a grassy plain. Last time I came by, they were just building the outdoor rink over there, so it should be, I don't know if anybody will be on it, but it should be all set up now. I might have to pull up my scarf, cover my face here, we'll see as we keep going. There's people out walking. Minus 15 is still good walking around the lake weather here in Saskatchewan. Morning. Just the sun came up around 9 o'clock, a little bit before 9, I would think. So much brighter than sometimes when I walk out here. And of course, is the bridge, and the dam that makes the lake is under the bridge. This is the dam that makes the lake. Not really a path, but people have made it one. It's cut off the angle there in the corner of the bridge on the street. The path around the lake will be reasonably well cleared. Might be slippery in spots because of that freezing rain we had on Tuesday night. Wednesday night? No, Tuesday night. Oh, it's positively crowded around the lake this morning. There's the rink over there. Let's see if there's anybody actually skating on it or not when we get there. Back here comes even more people. I hate that. I prefer to have the lake to myself, but it rarely happens. Last year it was minus 34 and I had it to myself. Lots of family groups, a little different. So there's the skating rink. There's some people leaning on the boards, but I don't see anyone skating. Are those worker types? Yeah, those are worker types. The rink on Wascana. So they were building it last time I came by. Was that just 2 weeks ago? I think it was just maybe it was 3 weeks ago. No, I think it was 2 weeks ago. I came by just as they were starting to build it. And now there it is. Although whether it's in operation or not, I'm not entirely sure. It's like the snow needs clearing off of the ice. Certainly nobody could be skating on it right That's the warming shed over there. Go this way. Up by the legislative building here. Saskatchewan Legislative Building. The seat of government. No, they haven't bothered to clear this path, I see. But enough people have been along it, I should manage all right. This is an ornamental garden. You may not be able to tell that right now, but it is very pretty in the spring and summer. Now it's just an unbroken field of snow. Now I do know that I don't want to go down by the fountain because that's not cleared, so stick to the path perhaps a little more than I normally do. Snow plow or snowblower up there of some sort. There's the statue of Queen Elizabeth. She was here to unveil it, and I was right about here somewhere with my daughter, who was 3 at the time. She got to give flowers to the Queen. It would have been, yeah, right about here. In the rain. It was pouring rain that day. Got a great photo though. There are steps under here, but they're pretty much been obliterated by the snow. Get back on a more cleared path here. Anyway, here's the legislative building. There's the Queen, all lit up by the morning sun. The nice gimbal is giving me fits. That horse, which was one of her favorites, was born in Saskatchewan, as I recall. Sometimes I walk right up by the building there, but there's really no good path over there in this weather. So we will stick to the cleared path here as we head back towards the lakeside. That actually might be a cross-country trail. It's what that little clearing thing represents, because it clearly was cleared in some fashion, and I do see ski tracks in it. So I think that's probably what that's intended for. As I can tell, nobody's watching me, but so you're probably watching the replay. Nobody's watching me live at the moment. Doesn't matter, I walk anyway. Usually these videos get 100, 150 views, no matter where I walk. Some get more than others. Walking at the university always gets a lot of views. I think it's from foreign students who are thinking of coming here for school or planning to come here for school and want to know more about it. She's moving at a brisk pace. Now, my next trick will be finding a way over this pile of snow to the path by the creek. Up here maybe? Path by the lake. Looks like there's an opening here. Yes, there is. opening through the snow piled up by the snowplows. There's the lake again. And the sun, very, very bright. Roberts Plaza is the little tower over there, apartment building, condo building. I don't know if it's rental or condo. Probably condo. Here comes yet another walker. It's really quite crowded around the lake this morning, as winter days go. But again, I am a bit later than usual, so more people come out once the sun is up than while it's still dark. There's the fountain, the Trafalgar Fountain, which I did not walk by today because it's not clear. I don't know why the path splits here. It goes on either side of these trees, but it does. It would be very hard walking out there. Deep snow. Those look like animal tracks, not human tracks. Well, it looks like somebody may have been plowing through the snow just off shore there. I don't know why you would. I mentioned it yesterday, but I also had a new podcast episode yesterday. I interviewed Chadwick Ginther, who's a Manitoba author. His hit fantasy series, or his main fantasy series, is called Thunder Road. It's a trilogy, and it involves Norse myth brought to the Canadian prairies, or the West anyway. So check that out at theworldshapers.com if you'd like to listen to science fiction and fantasy authors talk about the creative process. That's what my podcast is all about. That was episode 124. It started just over 4 years ago. 2018. August 1st, 2018 is when I launched it. That's the Holodomor Memorial, that little starving child there to mark the genocide of Ukrainians by Russians under Stalin, forced starvation. She looks very cold and alone over there, and it's hard to walk to her too. They haven't cleared a path to her. Makes her more poignant in a way. When I get home, there'll be more coffee. Nice warm coffee. I haven't eaten anything either. Well, I had a nut. Like literally one nut. Maybe two. I shouldn't exaggerate. Long way to go yet here. Still heading away from home. We haven't turned the corner to begin the return trip. We're going down the south side of the lake here now. We will be once we go around this corner. bit of sparkle in the air. You probably can't see that, but there's little ice crystals in the air and it makes the air sparkle. I doubt that shows up on the phone. That's Spruce Island over there, undeveloped island. Basically a wildlife habitat. No picnic benches or anything like that. Picnic tables, I mean. So we take a look at Spruce Island from out here? Sure, why not? It's not cleared, but it's not that bad. Also, you get a kind of a nice view of downtown over there and Spruce Island. And looking down towards the Connexus Arts Center, our main performing arts facility, where the symphony plays and traveling shows come in. That's where I saw cats for the first time, stuff like that. Another jogger. A walker, two walkers coming up next. So far nobody has said hello live on here this morning. That's unusual not to get anybody checking in when I'm live. But, oh well. Morning. Really quite a lovely winter's day by Saskatchewan standards. Not much wind. Cold but sunny. Everything's sparkling. Good day for snowmobiling. Maybe a little warmer would be better for snowmobiling, but certainly. Oh, this is again I think it might be ski trail. Long underwear might not have gone amiss, but I didn't put it on, so my legs are a little chilly. The rest of me is very warm. Even my face, I haven't felt any need to cover up. Don't know if I'll hit more wind when I turn the corner. Oh, is this our first dog? It might be. Another one for the bingo card. Morning. Hello.
Come on, pups.
Had to say hello to the dog. He seemed quite excited. I should walk over there sometime soon. On the other side of the road, there's paths over there. I forgot to turn off Wi-Fi as I was leaving. It's possible that in the handoff from Wi-Fi to cell phone, I lost the feed to one of these. So if you're there, you're not, according to my little numbers. But if you are, say hello. Let me know you are. Right now it says 000, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Too bad. If you're not there, you're missing this great live walk around Wascana Lake in Regina, Saskatchewan. But if you're watching the replay, I'm still happy to have you, even if you can't comment. Well, you can, but not on the live walk where I can respond to it. Well, even that's not true. If you leave a comment, I will respond. Morning. At least I try to respond to all the comments on the YouTube channel. As I approach 700 subscribers, still a ways to go, but getting there. By this time next year, with any luck, I will top the magic 1,000. We can actually monetize this to some very, very small degree at that level. A few bucks. Might pay for a cup of coffee now and then. There are a few birds out there in the very, very middle of the ice expanse. There's some that just don't leave. It's the Surveyor's Monument. That's, I won't go over there. That's, they don't clear the paths. But that's Pine Island. And a nice view of downtown through here as well. At least last year they had a sign that said they weren't clearing the paths over there. I don't know if that's still the case or not. Anyway, I won't go over there. I'll show you the bridge here though. There's the bridge. Yeah, there's a sign here that says this area is not maintained during winter season. So no snow has been cleared over there. When you go over the bridge, it points you directly at the dome of the legislature there. A little bit further up here, we will turn north, head around the eastern end of the lake, and down along the eastern shore comes a jogger. It's a new jogger, one we've already seen. I think it's a new one. Her face covered, but she's making more wind chill by running on her own face. And there's the Connect Society Center there. I've walked over there a few times, and maybe do that again while it's still winter. Some morning. I should also get over to Douglas Park in the winter, climb up the hill there, get a wintry view of the city. It's not even January yet, so there's still plenty of winter to come. Feels like it's been here a while, because it's been 2 months now, almost, since the snow came and stayed. Probably still 4 months to go, so before it's gone. 5 to 6 months, we figure, for a typical snow-covered period. Can be less if you happen to have a late snow and early spring, but on average, probably 5 months, sometimes 6. Could be gone by the end of April, might not be. I've certainly seen plenty of May, taking walks on May 1st, not since I've been live streaming, where there was still lots of snow on the ground. Came back from university in Arkansas end of May, late May, one year, and there were still drifts under the trees. Okay, we're now walking south. Walk subject to icing. You don't say. You can go that way and then walk down by the Connecticut Art Center and all the way to the university. Another nice look at the lake, Pine Island over there. The shore we just walked along. This is the Broad Street Bridge over here. I think it may already be Wascana Parkway at this point, but it's usually called the Broad Street Bridge. Actually, probably not. Again, somebody's been walking down there. Maybe they had snowshoes of some sort. Don't know why else you would walk there. It's just stupid. Those look like they might be snowshoe tracks. Modern snowshoes. So I could see going out there with snowshoes. So that's the kind of thing you need snowshoes for. I'm not going out there. I just get snow in my boots. They're good boots. They don't lace up properly anymore, but I work around that. They're comfortable and they give really good grip. And they're reasonably warm. Nothing's warm enough when it's really cold, but on a day like today when you're walking, my feet are perfectly comfortable. Only thing a little chilly is my legs. Inside my parka, I'm sweating, so it's hard to get that just right. This is the boat launch. Not a lot of that going on today either. This is all chewed up by the vehicles, I guess, coming around to these disposal bins. Then up here is the restaurant, Bar Willow. Has a nice deck, which is enclosed enough that I think it's open even in the winter because it can be heated. At least sometimes in the winter. There might be a temperature below which they can't keep it warm. I don't know what that might be. Anyway, it's up there all the time now. Used to be that only went up once in a while, but lasted a while. They've had the covered space there on the deck year round. Bar Willow and little takeout window called Lake Taco. Marina over there again. No boats, obviously. Bathrooms here, and then this is was built for the Canada Summer Games, and the WRCCpaddle.com, Regina Rowing Club, ReginaRowing.com, also boat houses. In the summer, there's rowing camps for kids. The only boat sitting out is this one, which belongs to the lake, to the Wascana Center, one of their official boats. I think I lost my feed because I haven't had anybody showing up watching this live, which is very unusual. Not to get anyone. So hopefully the save at the end of the walk works and I'm not just talking to myself and then I'm going to lose everything I said. Has happened, but hopefully not today. My shadow now goeth before me, as pride goeth before a fall, and a haughty spirit before destruction. Hopefully neither of those is waiting for me, it's just my shadow, which I never quite catch. Seems like you should be able to, but it just keeps moving. Hello, shadow. Me and my shadow, strolling round Wascana Lake. Now the bridge, hopefully cleared. In the summer, there's a fountain in this pond for aeration purposes, but that'll be a while yet before that returns. All right. Traditionally, I look both ways at bridges, so that's the pond where there's a fountain in warmer weather. Downtown. And there's the ledge, and those three, for some reason, open spots of water. I'm surprised there's no birds on them. I did see some further down that way, but none of them here. A few hardy birds, or stupid birds, that for some reason stick around through the winter and possibly die here. I don't know what the survival rate is for birds that overwinter. I don't know what the survival rate is for birds that migrate, for that matter. I'm sure plenty don't succeed, especially in the modern world. Willow Island. Wascana Center there, headquarters for the park. All right, now we're moving down the east side of the lake. More than halfway now. Comes another dog. Oh, and an owner too. That's the Queen building over there. It's actually a ship, HMCS Queen. His Majesty's Canadian ship, Queen. Where the naval cadets hang out, but it's run like a ship. Morning.
Morning.
And they're redoing the windows over there. There's also a landlocked ship in Saskatchewan called HMCS Unicorn. For the same reason, it's basically the naval bastion in the city. You can see the flag, the mast there is like a ship's mast. The flag's on it. In Willow Island, you can picnic on that one if you take a boat over. I guess you could walk over now, but you wouldn't want to picnic. Our house is that way. And once we turn the next corner, we'll be headed home. I will. I don't know about you. You probably are at home as you watch this. HMCS Queen. See, I like it when people are watching live because sometimes they'll ask questions and then I got something to talk about. But nobody with me this morning for whatever reason either. Something went wrong with the feed, or people are just doing other things on a Friday morning before New Year's. Tomorrow will be New Year's Eve, last day of 2022. Just in case you had missed the memo, I thought I should make that clear. You heard it here first. Or last, probably. A little black thing is sticking up. I guess it's a path marker, but I don't know why there's only one of them and why it's there. Never noticed it before. Huh. Why just the one? And why is it there? I don't know. Maybe there's a path up to the road there that they didn't clear. Can't remember. Can't picture what it looks like without snow on it. Willow Island, and as I always point out, this is where the Shards of Excalibur fantasy series begins. Lady of the Lake shows up right about there. Tells this local teen that she's now the Lady of the Lake if she accepts the power that is hers to be accepted. And she and this boy who are with her all night have to find the scattered Shards of Excalibur, Arthur's legendary sword, before Merlin can. He's the bad guy in his modern day guise as Rex Major, computer guy, computer magnet. I said Steve Jobs or Bill Gates, but maybe it's Elon Musk now, I don't know. Yeah, so that launches a 5-book series. You can get the books individually in print. You can get the whole thing in one omnibus ebook edition if you like. Just available now. Very, very cheap for 5 books. $9.99 Canadian, $7.99 US, I believe. If you get it through shadowpawpress.com right now directly and use the code XMAS2022, that's good for one more day, and you can get it for 20% off that. So you can get all 5 books in ebook for, well, about $8 Canadian. If you act now. Otherwise it goes back up to $9.99, which still isn't very expensive. And the print is now once again available widely. For a while it was available only on Amazon, but I've expanded that now. So you can get it through. I still haven't gotten it back into Indigo system, but I'll do that this coming week. And Book Manager needs to get into as well. I keep giving myself publishing work to do, and what I really need to be doing is writing, so that's a challenge as well. no shortage of things to do each day. Got a lot of editing done over the holidays, so Backwater Mystic Blues, which is another collection of essays by Lloyd Ratzlaff, whose collection The Crow Who Tampered with Time I just republished through Shadowpaw Press. Will be my next Shadowpaw Press book, I think, depending on how quickly he gets back to me with any changes to the proof that I sent him. And after that, it's Dolly Bird, which is an award-winning, or nominated. Did it win? I think it won. Historical novel, originally published by Kato Books, which went out of print, went out of business, and I've now republished several Kato titles through Shadowpaw Press, including the Shards of Excalibur series of my own. Across the frozen expanse of the lake. Well, I guess it's just snow, but trust me, it's frozen under the snow. Walking back towards the bridge now. Just a little bit of hoarfrost in the trees, not a lot. Very blue sky today. Can't say there's not a cloud in it, because there's some over there, but still, very sunny. Up there's where they're building the new pool, which will open in the spring. Much nicer than the old one. There's a water slide, much nicer facilities. Still an outdoor pool though, so at least I don't think there's an indoor pool. For indoor swimming, most people would go to the Lawson Aquatic Center, which is down by the exhibition grounds, close to Mosaic Stadium. Already passed this guy once. Funny how that happens when you're walking around something. I think about time to pull off my hat. Once I get under the bridge, maybe. There's the gazebo. Probably don't want to have a seat in the benches today. Little trail of, I don't know, squirrel tracks maybe? Hard to tell. Going right out into the snow. I don't know why a little animal would go out there. They're not testing out snowshoes, which is what I think these are. I think these are snowshoe tracks. There would be no reason to walk in your boots up there, and they're not indented enough for that, so I think those are snowshoe tracks. I've never worn snowshoes. I see people with them. Passed some kids with them on Monday, was it? I was walking along the creek, but never worn them myself. Never been downhill skiing either. Cross-country skiing once, maybe twice. That's it. Despite being in the winter climate here. Tobogganing, yes, though not recently. skating occasionally, but it's always been painful for me. I have flat feet, congenitally flat feet. Skates seem to really make them hurt. But I learned to skate and did some, and it was fun enough, but I haven't done that for years either. And I would be very reluctant now. It seems like falling seems like a much bigger deal. When I'm 63. So walking has become my winter sport. We went up on the bridge. We could go up those steps, but we're going under the bridge again. And then it's just a couple of blocks home. I wish they'd clear those steps, though. I don't like the way they slope down. Okay, I'm going to take down my hood so I can start cooling off a little bit more. Albert Street, of course. There we go. Nice house. Speaking of the shards of Excalibur, which I was earlier, this is where Wally Knight lives, down this little street in my book. As I like to say, in a fictional house in a real location. This has not been cleared very well. It has been cleared once, but not recently. At least the battery held up today. Another sign that it's 10 degrees warmer or more from the coldest day I walked. When the battery died well within the hour I was out. It died yesterday too, but that was because I'd been using it all day and then just went out without charging it, which was a mistake. I do make them, rarely. That was one. Of all the mistakes I made, that was one of them. This is Angus Boulevard, which joins onto Leopold Crescent, but carries through the alley to Angus Boulevard. Mr. Angus got a lot of things named after him. There's also an Angus Street. Which I guess if Angus Boulevard carried on through the Crescents, it would become Angus Street. I don't know why it's called Angus Boulevard here, not Angus Street. Unless it's just because they put this divider down the middle of it. Okay, Leopold Crescent, we will be cutting across it to get to the alley, and then it's just a hop, skip, and a jump, but I won't do any of those things because it's slippery, and we'll be home, or I'll be home. Maybe you are home, maybe you are not home. Wherever you are, I hope you've enjoyed the walk, even though you're not watching me live, and shame on you for that. You should have been here when it was live. It was amazing. Although it looked exactly the same as the recording. Just you could have said hello, and nobody has said hello this morning. I'm feeling quite lonesome and underappreciated. which is why I think something may have gone wrong with the feed. Well, maybe I can find out when I get in. Not that it'll make any difference, but at least I'll know. If I go on Twitter and there's like 3 seconds and then it quits, well, that'll tell me. Or YouTube's is only like 5 minutes long. Could have happened because I forgot to turn off Wi-Fi as I left the house on the phone, so the handoff from the house Wi-Fi to the cell phone network can cause problems. Usually not on Facebook though, and I haven't had anybody on Facebook say hi either. Alright, Angus Crescent. Like that house. Built by Francis Portnoy for his own house. He was an architect who also did Davin School, where my daughter went, and also did our house. Although I'd like to have a few words with him about some of the things he decided to do on our house. Sun lighting up houses now. All right, and we will stop here. So, thanks for, I guess, watching the replay. Since again, nobody seems to have watched it live. And I don't know if I'll be back tomorrow on New Year's Eve or not. But I'll be back sometime. And remember, you can subscribe. Please do.